I know
tongues
this.
as giraffes, long, black,
Camera's
and
dirty.
prehensile.
I
They reach
just
all
bumped
the
it.
way up to their eyeball, and that helps them get leaves from the taller trees. Now, another interesting similarity has to do with the vertebrae. They have 7 vertebrae, which is the same number as a giraffe. Now, you wouldn't think that because their necks are a lot shorter, but most mammals share that similarity, including human beings. Up on the top of the hill to the right-hand side, we've got some greater kudu. Now, they're kind of a light-colored brown. They are the tallest of the forest antelope. Now, you'll notice that those don't have horns, but it's not because they don't get them. It's because they're females. Only the males in that particular species will have horns, and they're actually about 6 feet long and spiral, if you notice it. So this is a black rhino on your left-hand side. They weigh between 1,000 and 3,000 pounds, making them smaller than the white rhino, and they are strict herbivores. But they have a more varied diet than the white rhino, so they have a different shaped mouth. If you notice the pointed upper lip, that's the best way to tell a black rhino from a white rhino, and they'll use that lip to pick off leaves from bushes, whereas the white rhino, they really only eat grass, so they have just a wide, flat mouth. Now these antelopes to your right-hand side are called bongo. They are the heaviest of the forest antelope. They're not as tall as the greater kudu, and both males and females have horns, though different shapes. Some of them crisscross, some of them are more parallel. But they weigh between 500 and 900 pounds full grown. So they're very large, but they are very rarely spotted in the wild by humans. And because of that, they're named the ghost of the forest. Now there's a lot of reasons contributing to that. Most of the animals in the forest are shy, and the bongo always turn their backs to danger so they can run away quicker from it should they hear any noise or notice danger approaching. They're also going to blend in very well with their surroundings. And they're not typically active when people are around because they're not diurnal, they're crepuscular. And that's an animal that's active at dawn and dusk primarily, resting not only at night, but during the hot parts of the day. So we're approaching a river over here to your left-hand side. This is called the Safairy River. It's actually an extension of what's known as the Nile. So if we see the hippopotamus in these parts, they are the Nile hippo. But hippo, they're nocturnal. They actually spend most of the day in the water where it's nice and cool, conserving their energy. They are excellent swimmers, but they're known to only very rarely swim. They're going to hold their breath and walk under the water instead if they can reach the bottom. And they will be able to stay under the ground for 8 minutes at a time. You can see a few of them in the water down here, just holding their breath, hanging out. Now at night, that's when they'll come up on the shore and they'll feed on the shores, walk 6 miles to find food. Here you go, we got some more hippo over here on your left. Whole bloat of hippo, that's what you call a group of hippopotamus. And the word hippopotamus, it is Latin and it literally means water horse. And they have some pretty interesting relatives as well. Did you know they're relatives of the whale and 2-toed mammals? So they're also distant relatives of cows and pigs. So we've got some pelicans over here. This particular species is known as the pink-backed pelicans. You can see the wings flapping. That's a really good example of their wingspan, about 7 to 9 feet. But they are one of the smaller species of pelican. Now the name pink-backed comes from the color of skin on their backs, but it's not noticeable with the white and gray feathers except during mating season.